Hey, I heard you loved me with the lights off, but I'm not some Cheshire maiden mistaken for lush beauty and kind generosity. What an atrocity to love the stars and hate the stars and galaxy and the space between your toenails and nail polish. What an ugly shade of green. Never thought you'd love to hate her, but you used to be whatever nice is. Now you must be punished for your sins and lashings of the tongue. The bloating begins. I want chocolate ice cream. Chocolate marshmallows, chocolate thunder. A side of chocolate with my chocolate and a marshmallow pie. Fudge by any other name will still be fat and sweet. Welcome to nightmares, night scares, daydreams. What an ugly shade of green for snores to hide in. And I'd give up sleep for Romeo if you were to climb my balcony and conquer my mind from the outside this time. Blind man, do you still lust for beauty? Day-dazing at the yellow sun, son of Zeus, and goddesses of earthly spirits. Here's a hope for hoping. I'm done with wishing on falling stars. I'll catch you once you've fallen. So, if you enjoyed that little tidbit, I'll drop a link in the comments in the description so you can purchase a copy of my poetry collection. It helps support the channel so I can keep being out here. I'm basically out here every day, to be honest, because I mean, it's right here. But the point of me being out here today is to just show y'all I'm doing some tree collards propagation in the singular for now. This actually started off at a plant when it came to me, right? And I just took a cutting off of it, which, let's get down there. As you can see, this thing's tipping sideways. It's getting big already, and I haven't staked it yet. My bad. And I really wasn't planning on staking it because I have some more seeds on the way, and I'm planning on adding some sugar cane back into this food forest to act as supports for the tree collards, which are cold hardy enough here in zone 7B-ish, I think. This here is a purple tree collard. It came to me as a cutting, and it was directly propagated right here in the food forest under a little makeshift greenhouse made out of a recycled wine bottle. This one actually I started at the same time, but you see it's much smaller. I think it's not doing as well because there's not as many plants around. It helped break up the ground, right? So like as the plants roots grow towards each other underneath the ground, they make more space for additional roots. But over there's not as many plants as you can see. Over here we got everything. That's where I first put in my Cascade raspberry. These birds really up here turning up today, which is fruiting, by the way. Look. No, that doesn't show you anything. There are actual pieces of things floating around here someplace, right? I don't want to step in here and then get like attacked by a rabid bear. Okay, you can see them over there, right? The little bees. My arms are short, y'all. So anyways, this has been in here for, I think it might have been since year 1, and this is year 3. So And then there's some chives back there. That's what the purple flowering things are. There's some weeds back there still need to be cut down. I just been chopping and dropping them, sometimes in place, sometimes over newly planted things to help things get established. But the point I'm making is that these are growing so much quicker over here where they have other plants to support them. There's also a patch of blackberries down there, which I really didn't know if they was gonna make it. But blackberries and raspberries are quite resilient. Okay, so I'm adding another tree collar over here by this one. So hopefully that will help give this one some support so it can really set down some nice deep roots, right? They help each other grow. But since this one is already here, that should help the new one to get started a lot more quickly. And I put it in basically complete darkness. This little lump, I don't think you can even see that it's a mound. I put a sweet potato under here because you can grow sweet potatoes by just burying sweet potatoes, right? So we're gonna see how that goes, because this weather has been so it's hard to tell if it's gonna be successful or not. So this bad boy has been in here for about 3 days, I think. I just literally cut off a piece, but you gotta, well, I'm pretty sure you should wait until there are nodes, right? So that, because the nodes are the places where the roots come out of. So shove that into, it's basically in the mulch, but the mulch is really deep, so it's moist beneath like the top, like the uppermost layer. Then I put this, it's just it came with my tomato system, right? To keep tomatoes watered, so you water around here and it encourages root growth outwards, but it'll also help keep this upright while it's setting roots and keep the humidity high until you know, it sets roots. So I've been taking this top on and off because I'm not really that sure if darkness is like the way to go, because when I did these, I had them in glass, so they were receiving sunlight the entire time. Speaking of, I do have what am I saying? Something I can put over there is not like putting it into complete darkness, because I'm really under the impression that having that added sunlight, like the plant it can still photosynthesize, right, which I feel like helps it to set roots and continue growing despite not having roots at the time. Like, I don't know if it sends out like a distress signal, like, oh my god, we're gonna die if we don't put down roots, because that's literally what will happen to the cutting if it doesn't. I feel like another thing you want to keep in mind is, from my own experiences, I feel like larger cuttings tend to work better, right? And I feel like that's because you know, a larger cutting has more energy in it, so it can survive for longer without roots until, you know, it pushes some off. Now, I'm only so back and forth about, oh, well, I don't need to both. See, I don't even know what I want to do. I'm trying not to kill the poor thing. So I feel like, oh god, some creatures started to decide this was their home, and I hate to break it to you, but I'll kill you and compost you. So anyways, you see the humidity already super high underneath that. This came with a seedling starter kit, but I sometimes have it out here so I can start seeds like right out here, or with cuttings. It's much larger than the glass bottle. Keeps the humidity dumb high, if you will. So trying that with that. So I think because over there it gets some shade for the first part of the day before it's just hot all day. But when I propagated the other tree collards, it was winter, so it wasn't so hot and sunny then, which I feel like was helpful for doing the cuttings. But I would have started them earlier, before it was, you know, basically almost kind of close to summer, except that the tree collar didn't have any actual stems on it for me to cut. So I'm doing another cutting over here for earth apple, and did some chop and drop around there that'll hopefully help keep the top surface a little bit more moist, right? So they're just like moist all the way through. While I'm trying to propagate things, that's really just like the whole process that I used. Of course, y'all have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments and I'll reply as soon as possible. But let me try not to be on here forever running my lips. So anyways, hit the comments, hit the description. You can support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all of that good stuff. I'll be back soon, and this is Home is a Jungle.